Hello and welcome to my chess algorithm science lab. Okay, so today I have a very important topic for you. It's probability and possibility in chess. Okay, so basically, what I wanted to say is in chess, a lot of people think there is luck and there is disaster. Okay, like what we call it as fate or luck. Okay, but when you see in algo levels, there is nothing called luck or fate. Okay, it's only probability and possibility. Okay, so the more you get ideas about probability and possibility, no matter what level you are at currently, you are going to progress daily and you are going to make a lot of records in chess sooner or later once you understand the science. Okay. Okay, let me explain you in simple words what is probability and possibility. Okay, let's say you are a pawn up, one or two pawns up in the pawn endgame. Okay, so if I ask you what would be the result, mostly if you're two pawns up in a pawn endgame. Okay, and based on the probability is, probability we'll see based on the past history and many games, the conclusion is the side with pawn up always wins. Okay, because they are pawn up, so they will win. So this is probability. Okay, so it is very good to understand probability. So you will win, but at the same time, you should also be aware of the possibility. Okay, what is possibility? The possibility is still you could make stalemate with two pawns up, or sometimes you could even lose. Okay, that is the possibility. So most of the players, when they get winning position, they always think about the probability, but they don't look at the possibility. Okay, but that is not the case with the algorithms. Algorithms sees both. Okay, that's why algorithm is too strong. Okay, so some players, when they lose the game, they will always say I could have done this, I could have won, I was three pawns up, and got mated in the back rank. Okay, so they say I got mated in the back rank, and that is the possibility. That is the possibility that you could lose also. That you should be aware of it. Okay, once you are aware of it, then you can start progressing in chess. So basically, there is no luck. Okay, this is based on algorithm perspective point of view. Okay, so there is no luck or fate. It is probability and possibility. Okay, so let me give you a better example, based on probability. Let's say historically, you can see a cricket match in 2007. Even though I'm not good at cricket, but I'm just sharing this. Okay, so it was India played with England, and the last over, six balls were left, and 36 runs were needed to win the game. So that means all the balls the player must hit sixer. Okay, and when you see normally the probability, right? Most of the players, if you ask them to analyze, what they would say is the chances are very low to hit uh, six out of six, right? Six sixers in six balls. Okay, so the chances are very low. Even if you miss one, you could lose. Okay, so probability happens most of the time, right? Most of the time, it's like they are not going to hit six balls. Okay, six sixers and six balls. Okay, this is most of the time it happens, but also possibility is also there, and in that game, I think Yuvraj Singh hit six sixers in six balls and he won. Okay, so that is possibility, and you see India won. Okay, so this is what we call it as probability and possibility. So you have to understand the difference clearly. Something which happens most of the time, but not always, most of the time. Okay, and something which doesn't happen always, but rarely it happens, and that will be powerful. That is possibility. Okay. Okay, so let me give you more examples practically in chess. Okay, now you can see black played rook to b2. Okay, rook b2, the rook is more active on b2. It attacks the d2 and it attacks the g2. Okay, so if we move the bishop, rook g2 is coming. For example, let's say if I move the bishop something like this, hoping to get it there, they are going to take there. And when I move here, they can just move the rook here, and this is one of the simple win, right? So they will just take the queen. So therefore we won't be able to move the bishop. Okay. So we need to create counter chance. So we can see they also have problems in the back rank, right? So this rook, you need to get it there. So we can ignore the attack on d2 and then we can get our rook to d6. Okay, so rook d8 is threatened. So let's say they take on d8. Now we cannot immediately play rook d8 because if we immediately play rook d8, they will capture. Let's say we move here. They will again capture on g5. One more tempo. So when we move king to h2, they will play rook g2, and after king h1, they can just play this. So this is a simple win, right? So they will capture the queen and they are a piece up, right? So they are going to win this. Okay. So let's go back. So let's say rook d6. So they take. So therefore we need to free some space for the king because rook d8 is coming anyway. So let's say we move king to g3. Okay. Trying to get there. So let's say they capture on g2. Now king goes to h4. Okay. Okay. Let's say rook d8 is coming now. So they play h6. Okay. Now, if you look at the position, the probability says black is going to win. Why black is going to win? Because the king is placed in a bad square because it has no mobility at all. And also h takes g5 is threatened. Okay. So we don't have much chance to play the rook d8. Okay. Okay, let me just show it to you more clearly. First, one by one. So for example, if we take this, they will play g5. Okay, so if we go to h5, now you can see what is coming. So bishop is coming to f3. So we take, and then they play f6. So it's over. So black wins. Okay. So you see h6 is powerful. Okay, so based on probability, it looks like white is completely lost. But there is one possibility, okay, to save the game. Most of the cases, this kind of position is lost for white. But now there is a possibility to save the game. The possibility is, let's say we go rook to d8. Okay. Okay, rook d8. It's like if they take on g5, we would take back with the queen. Okay. And yeah. And if they, no, not taking this. Taking this, we can take right. So let's say, and if they take this, we take back. Right. Okay, g5 is threatened. 1 second. Let me show it more clearly. So h takes g5 is possible, but let's say first they take queen takes d8. This is very tricky because once you take queen takes, then they will play king to h7, threatening h takes g5, and it's over. You see, hg5 is coming. That's because of the bad mobility of the king. And if we take, if we don't take, anyway they are going to take, and if we take, they will play pawn to g5 and no mobility. And if king goes to h5, we can just play bishop g6 or bishop f3. Both are equally strong. Okay, and leads to the same result. So that's mate. Okay, okay. Now let's say, so they made a brilliant queen sacrifice like this. So king h7 is planned. Okay, now you see, probability is black is going to win, but there is a possibility that white could escape with a draw, because you see, white's pawns are fixed; they are not able to move. Okay, and this pawn has some mobility. This pawn can move. King has no mobility, so we need to somehow like get into a pin, and we should limit the mobility of this pawn. So can you see what is coming? Queen to g7, the possibility. Okay, so see, this is the difference between probability and possibility. And now possibility came. So king takes g7, and now we are not able to take this. Okay, and mainly we are also not in check. We are not in check and we are unable to move. So that is stalemate. Okay, so you see, even though it was like a lost position, but then there came a strong possibility. Okay, okay, so let me just give you a couple of examples. This is one very good example. Okay, so let's say queen f2, white played queen f2, and the king went to h3. Okay, still white is struggling for a draw because they still have extra material. Okay, and these kind of positions, okay, when black has more control over the center, and these kind of position, mostly the chances for white to win is very low, and the chances for black to win is very high. Okay, because white king is also exposed, and if queen gets exchanged, they still have the pawn. Okay, so here most of the time it's like either black wins or it is going to be a draw. Okay, but now white escapes with a lucky draw because this pawn has no mobility. Okay, and king has some mobility. It can move here, one mobility. Okay, so can you see how to force a draw? So this is a beautiful shot in form of a triangle. This is just an imagination. Okay, so bishop goes to e6. So they take, and we connect to the both pieces by playing queen to e3, and then there's no squares to move at all. So it's a draw. Okay, so this is possibility. Okay, one more example I would like to show. Okay, this is a kind of position like most of the time, white will practically lose. Let's say they just played king to g6. Okay, so you see the king is in the last rank, and they have a pass pawn, and these pieces are really passive, and black can operate the rook via h7 at some point, and this bishop also cannot go further. See, so practically white will lose. Okay, okay, so the situation is very unfavorable for white. Okay, if you look at the probability, these kind of positions are mostly won by black. Okay, because black pieces are active and they already invaded into white position, and white pieces are passive. Okay, so most of the cases, you see, white will win. This kind of scenario, if it comes, mostly white will win. But however, you should not forget that there is also possibility in chess. Okay, algorithms are aware of this. Okay, so when you have advantage, a winning advantage, you should always remember about the possibility. And if you're aware of the possibility, then blunders don't happen. Okay, and you don't get bad luck or anything. Okay, you will win. Okay, so here you see, mostly in these kind of positions, the human mind is like fixed here. Okay, because our mind is fixed to the defense of the bishop. So we don't think anything like moving the queen beyond the bishop. Okay, because the bishop is hanging. That is what fixed in the mind. Okay, but you see, there is a hidden possibility that saves the game surprisingly here. And the hidden possibility is white plays queen to a2, allowing them to capture the bishop with a tempo, which is something very unusual, unusual things. Right, that is what we call it as possibility. So we must be aware of possibility. If you're aware of possibility, uh, you will be able to spot these kind of moves. You're aware of possibilities and you work on many examples related to this and you train your brain like this, and you can also play like an algo. Okay, so queen to a2. So now let's say they capture, check. So we can go king to d1, and there's a strong invasion on g8. So black has to play king g7. If they try something like rook g7, they're going to get mated because queen e6, strong invasion point, and then h file is open. So it's over. Rook goes to h7. Right. So they have to defend this. And now, you see the possibility? We can force a draw. Brilliant move. Queen to f7 check, because these pawns are paralyzed. No mobility for the pawn. And king also has no mobility. Right. So a check. So they have to take, and then we take. If they take, it's going to be a stalemate because we have no moves at all. See, it's a draw. Right. And let's say if they don't take, if they try to move something like this, then we can again force a draw. And the moves repeats wherever they go. They won't be able to escape the checks. So they have to finally take, and it's a draw. You see? So you need to work on these ideas. Like you need to have a very clear understanding about the probability and possibility to understand the algorithms. Okay. Once you understand the probability and possibility, then you won't like depend on luck. You won't rely on luck. Okay. You will understand science better, and you will be able to use the science and technology better, and you are going to slowly build up your strength. Let's say you are 10%, that's okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, like that you can slowly come up in life. Okay, so this probability and possibility is one very important thing you need to understand. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions or queries, feel free to contact us. Thank you.